Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem 6. Wolf Ricana is joining us once more.
Yoha.
And after that last episode, let's just say I'm glad to see a normal episode again. If you haven't caught that guidance chapter, don't.
Well, see, you brought it up, so now they're going to go catch it.
Yes, it's like I'm using reverse psychology or something.
Yeah.
But without further ado, let's launch into the Misty Isles. Again, the music. Okay. Hope you are all doing well out there. After driving off General Narshan from Ostia, Roy and company braced themselves for further attacks from Byrne. However, Byrne's belligerent movement towards Lycia suddenly stopped altogether, as if to mock Roy in his caution. They feared the catapults. Byrne was also maintaining a neutral position regarding the truce offer from Etruria. Byrne's sudden silence and lack of activity can only be described as eerie. Really, because I have it on good authority that the original word they used there was queer. You know, you can still use that word. It's not a derogatory all the time. With Hector gone, Eliwood is now the only lasting power in Lycia. Eliwood summoned the various Marcuses to Faray to discuss their future actions. It was decided that Eliwood was to become the next leader of the Lycian Alliance, and that a new Lycian Alliance army would be established. You're still alive?
I mean, I was kind of... My question was going to be, in his condition? Really?
This new army's purpose was not to take offense against Byrne, but rather take a defensive stance for Lycia. For his victory against Byrne and Ostia, Roy was chosen to be the leader of the new Lycian Alliance army. Slowly but surely, the people of Lycia were starting to brighten up. Business was improving, and people's attitudes started to get more optimistic. Okay. Around that time, Etruria called for Lycia's assistance in ridding the Western Isles of the outlaws and bandits making their base there. Making their base there.
I mean, there's a video out there about why people often ignore double words like this.
Yes, but this is a translation, which means somebody had to go out of their way to put it twice.
Yes.
Lycia's citizens expressed their discontent by saying that they saw no reason in sending troops all the way to the Western Isles. But because Lycia needed Etruria's protection against Byrne, they had no choice but to oblige. Thus, Roy and the Lycian Alliance army passed through Etruria and made their way towards the Western Isles. The Western Isles are the various islands off the western coast of Elibe. Currently, they are colonies of Etruria. The Western Isles are rich in minerals and natural resources, so mining is a major industry. However, these minerals are worth a fortune, so various rogue groups have traveled there hoping to loot the mines and sell the minerals for themselves. Did they really have to pop in the portraits there?
They didn't, but they didn't really have to do that for Narshan either. But from what I was seeing with Skype, he was just kind of like a quick flash popping.
Yep. Thus, the people living on the Western Isles spend their days in constant fear of bandit attacks. And Roy has been sent to defeat these bandits. Oh no!
What? Why can't it ever be puppies and kittens? Attacks from them, that's fun.
Well, would you look at that? Fog.
Yep.
Which, 1, 2, 3. There are 3 villages here. Oh, which I can already tell you, Thani is probably going to be in charge of going over to one of them.
Sounds about right.
My question is, how are we supposed to get off this isle anyways? Can we just... This is a cliff face. Oh, there's a bridge.
Okay, because I was about to say, are we expected to use Thani to move everybody over and then have her take over in one spot?
I don't think they're that insane.
I
Let me
wouldn't put it past them
rephrase.
with how crazy the one was.
Let me rephrase that. I hope they are not that insane.
Well, we found the bridge, so I think we're okay now.
Yes. For now. For now. Alright, I'm going to get set up here, and let's just say I have a good hunch to use Noah here. Because remember, when we first found him, what was his conversation? Who was his conversation with?
I'm actually blanking on that.
He was talking to a young girl named Fear, who was talking about coming to the Western Isles to fight miners.
That's right.
Where are we now?
We're at the Western Isles, which means we're going to be finding somebody.
Yeah, I have a good hunch. So, I'll be back when I set up. And we are good to go. Chapter 9, The Misty Isles. Boss! Those guys from Lycia, they're here! You sure? Yep, we just saw them arrive on the small island to the east. Just as that other group said. Alright, they're probably floundering around the fog unable to see anything. Just sneak up on them from behind and kill them off. Sure thing, boss! Roy,
I'm sorry
I couldn't be of help. Please don't worry about it. It isn't your responsibility, Lady Cecilia. Yes, but even within Retruya, there are a lot of people voicing their discontent on how the advisor is treating Lycia like servants. Advisor? I thought the king had made the decision to send Lycia to clear out the bandits. No, Advisor Rort has been working with Lord Arkard, who's in charge of the mining operation in the Western Isles, and they decided to do it on their own without consulting the king. Thank you, Roy. That's actually how I want to... That's the question I have on my mind. How can they do that?
Same here.
Do you remember last year's tragedy in Truya? Of course, Etruya's next heir, Prince Mildane, suddenly passed away. Last year, because that's redundant. Right. I never had the honor to meet him. I understand that he was a very bright individual. Not as bright as Sigurd. That's an FE4 joke, and if you understood that, you would be calling me out for that. And I'm talking to the audience as well. Yes, if the prince were alive, Etruria wouldn't be like this. King Mordred couldn't bear the fact that his son had died. The shock was so great that he never completely recovered from it. And today it seems like he's always in a different world and he doesn't really pay attention to anything going on around him or in his country. Rorts took advantage of this.
Crazy.
Huh?
So he's gone crazy.
Now he's basically in charge of what goes in the palace. Ever since then, he has kept the 3 Etrulian generals, Lord Douglas, Percival, and me, away from the king unless there's a great emergency. But what about the time when you came to aid us in Ostia? That event was an exception because Percival worked with me. But now... Please don't worry yourself. We can return to Lycia when we complete this mission anyway. But may I ask you to take care of Lycia while we are away? Of course. You can lead the Lycian Alliance and also Princess Guinevere to me. Roy, I may not go with you. The battles on these islands are likely to become slugfests. You can never know what will happen. I think you should hide in Etruria with protection from General Cecilia. Your Highness, please trust me. I understand your intentions of suggesting a truce, and I also promised Roy that I would protect you. Trust me, I will defend you at all costs. Just don't touch Roy. What was that? Nothing. I understand. I apologize for being selfish. Roy, I pray for your safety. Thank you, my lady. I will pray for yours as well. I don't think she's in trouble here. We have to deal with freaking fog. Now, anyone who has seen my FE7 playthrough knows I hate Fog of War, and if you're still doing that drinking game, please seek help. Alright, let's use the torch.
I'm not gonna ask about that because...
Yeah.
For spoiler reasons, at this point, I have not finished his playthrough of that. Because he started a playthrough for me.
Okay.
But, yeah.
If I set this up... Yeah, and this is how they dissuade you from flying over. 2 archers at the ready.
Oh.
Fucking cowards. Can't even set up a proper map, right? They had to use a cheap fucking gimmick. Yeah, and if you're already noticing the F-bombs, there's a good fucking reason. Because I hate Fog of War. Because it's one-sided. It would be different if the enemies were just as blind, but they aren't. They still have perfect 20/20 vision. Hell, they're almost psychic.
Which again, that is not how fog works.
As it stands, I would say I sent Marcus to his death, but it's Marcus. He'll be fine. Among the pirates is a very skilled nomad. Even though you can't see him at all in the mist. They're horse-riding people, but this guy also has a girl with him. A girl, you say? The Lowen senses are tingling. Noah senses. You see, I'm so tempted to send her over anyways, because there's no way they can both hit her at the same time, right? But then again, remember what happened in the freaking Gaiden chapter.
True. True.
Okay. What if we just use this opportunity to shuttle over Rutger? We can actually just start to get him up there. We're not going to go up there completely yet. We're just going to park like right here. The next turn, we're going to drop him straight into that bush. We got Warden Lot here again. But it's pretty much a cramped situation on the bridge. Yeah, Marcus is going to be fine. I was silly to even think to worry about him. Alright. Drop him in the bush, get the hell out. So I'll run over here and use a torch again. Okay, let's give Noah some experience here. And of course Dorothy. Okay, we'll use Marcus to go check this house. And the Resistance is doing quite well. In the north and in the east. They're always in the thick of battle. Which way will you go? The north or the east? Which way will we go? What exactly do they mean? And also, I'm getting huge flashbacks to Fire Emblem 1 with these dual houses here. I wonder if it's going to hold true here as well. Essentially, Rakana, in Fire Emblem 1, there were a set of houses with 2 units in it. 2 really good units in it. However, if you chose one, the other house was locked down, and you could no longer get that unit.
Ah. one of those situations.
So Scott,
Oh, it's Fear. Sorry I had to call you in.
what is all this noise about?
Well, you see, some brigands are attacking the island. The people living here are in danger.
What?
I sent some guys over to try and stop them, but the invaders are pretty tough. The situation doesn't look good.
I can't believe...
If only I could go out there, but I cannot leave the castle. So, Fear, I'm sorry, but...
Yes, I shall go and drive them off.
Thanks.
Leave it to me. Attacking innocent villagers. That's not forgivable.
I got another guy, too, so you can work with him.
Someone else?
Yeah, a nomad named Shin.
About that, even in the translation, his name is actually Sin, but everyone just calls him Shin.
He looks frail, but he's got a decent shot with his bow.
Are you Shin?
That's me. I heard the story from Scott. Let's go. What?
Did you also join the fight to protect the people living here?
No. I have no such interest in such things.
Then why?
I'm paid to fight. That's all.
I gotta keep the conversation going somehow. You're from Sakai, right?
Right?
What took you all the way out here?
Nothing new. You look like you're from Sakai as well, and you're also here.
Well, I'm traveling around Alleviate to treat myself, and... Oh, you weren't asking about me, were you?
Awkward.
I'm looking for somebody.
Who?
My clan lost to Burm when they invaded Sakai. Our clan leader let me escape, and he told me to find and protect his granddaughter. So I left the battlefield to fulfill his request.
I see. Well, I hope you find her.
Yes.
Awkward.
Boss, you sure? I mean, letting a girl like that fight out there? Yeah, I know what I'm doing. When she's killed, we can get that sword she's carrying. Sword? That weird one she has? That's no ordinary sword. That's the Wodao, a famous katana. If we can get it from her and sell it, it'd be worth a fortune.
Ah, I see. So that's why you're so generous to her at first.
I couldn't make a move up until now, but now's a chance. Listen, I want you to follow her. When you see the chance, grab that sword. Sure thing, boss.
Also, I'm gonna assume that the lackey is is the generic layout, but I'm gonna go with my joke anyway. I don't understand why you said the other group. That was the same guy from that group.
It's better not to question.
I know it isn't, which is why I went with my joke anyway.
Really?
Now's not the time to miss you guys. This is kind of important.
Really? Well, at least you hit. For all the good it did. Okay, now these two can clean up here. And that should be pretty much the entire opening up there now with Rucker. Alright, let's keep these two moving. Get Warden Lot continued. Alright. And now I'm going to create a save here. And this is where things get spicy. If it holds true, and these hold two different characters, there's a possibility of a split in the game here, a split of timelines. There could be two completely different paths for this playthrough. If that happens, I'm probably going to leave a link down in the description or create a choice right here of which one you want to see. So let's just see if that's the case. Starting with the first house. You saved us! Are you with the registrants? No. Then you're just normal good people? Just as you've seen, this island is swarmed with pirates and bandits. But what are we going to do? Rumors around here say there's a severe battle going on in the west. Go ahead and tell them that we're leaving the island. Whoever's sourced out.
Feel personally attacked with that?
Yep. Okay, so depending on which one you go to, it does lock it off.
Interesting.
Okay, and what can we do to you? Pretty much nothing. So let's go ahead and fly up here to the shop. Okay, this appears to be a sword and axe shop. So let's grab another hand axe. A couple steel blades. Or at least one steel blade. A couple steel swords. And that'll do it. Alright. Lance needs healed, so I'll move him. Well, how far should he travel? Yeah. He's going to have to go back here. Alright, and I think Fear's going to be showing up here soon, so we're going to have to get Noah in place. At least that's on who I'm assuming recruits him. Her. And I think Shin is recruitable as well, but I think that's only with Fear. Rucker, can you do your job fucking once? Can you avoid fucking once? It's a 20% chance. Unnecessary crit was unnecessary.
Well, you wanted him to do his job once.
Okay, Clarine, set her up on the bridge, use a torch staff. Alright. She doesn't appear to be here yet. I don't want to give him the bush, if I can help it. Secret book. Alright. Leave him there. Lance heals, so I'll set him right there. A little archer bastion there. Alright, let's see if Rucker dies because there's someone hiding in the fog. Yep.
Great.
We'll be back. And we are mostly back. We'll set him here with Emblem vulnerary this time. And let's see that other house real quick. The only people here are the women and children. Everyone else, the workers, have gone north to the mines. They aren't even allowed to sleep there. They just work until they die. My brother, who escaped, is as thin as an old man. That day, he drew his last breath. Now that I've told you this, can you do, sorry. I said too much. Please forget all of this. We're leaving this island now. And a killer bow. We'll send that to Merlinus. Okay, she's pretty safe. But yeah, depending on what we choose, going north sends us to the mines, going west sends it to a battlefield, where we meet a resistance group. So we'll wait until almost the end to decide for that.
Okay.
And again, I could possibly do a special with separating it into two kind of timelines.
Yeah. That seems like a good idea.
Okay, set her here, torch it again. Oh, there's a mage down here with a thunder tome. Oh. And we'll just fly her here for now. Ah! Had the light brand this time! Suck it! And these guys have one of my most hated weapons. Poison Axe. Out there with Poison Lance and Poison Sword. Because poison. Have you had enough bullshit yet? Because we've got more. Okay. Crit!
Okay, that's your demands?
I meant a crit on the first hit. Whenever I say crit, I mean on the first hit. Because otherwise you're just wasting time.
Hmm.
Does he have a vulnerary? Yeah. I'll just park him up here with a vulnerary. And we'll have him use a silver lance on him. Oh no, one silver lance broke. I have another. Okay, let's give Dieck some more experience here, because he is really, really close to being promoted. He's level 16. I cannot wait to pop the hero crest on him. Okay, I think I see what we're going to do. We're going to use him to weaken. And then we're going to give the kill to Lena, because she has not gotten enough actual working. And it shows. Then we're going to run him right here, switch to the Iron Sword. Move him up, because it's a question of who's actually protecting who at this point. Move Clarine, like right here. Then move Wart in the back. Defense, can't argue. Oh, there she is. Ow! Ow!
Pain was dealt.
Yeah! She crit! Ow! Noah, recruit her ass before I kill her! Fear, it is you.
Sir Noah, what are you doing here?
Yes, I joined this army a while back. Whoa! What are you thinking? Put away your sword!
Sir Noah, I thought you were nobler than this.
What?
Just because you're a mercenary knight, lending your services to pirates, you should be ashamed.
Excuse me?
Huh? Don't play dumb.
Exactly.
You're working with a band of pirates. A band of pirates to attack the people living on this island. And you call yourself a knight? Can I have a sec? I think there's a really big misunderstanding. Misunderstanding? You still insist?
We're trying to help the villagers. We're supposed to go defeat the head of a pirate group. I think his name was Scott or something.
What? Scott's the head of a pirate band?
If you think I'm lying, why don't you ask the pirate over there? He's right behind you, hiding in the bushes.
Pirate? What pirate?
Damn! I better go tell the boss.
Hey, wait!
You didn't suspect at all?
No, Scott was very kind to me.
Really? Rumors say that he's a very cruel man.
Well, my mother used to say that you shouldn't judge people by their looks.
I mean, that's true, but you're also in the middle of a war, so...
Technically, the Western Isles is not in a war, it's just a colony, like Australia. So it's isolated from the rest of the world. But, I'm just going to say this. You're in a Fire Emblem game. If people have an ugly portrait, they tend to be bad guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's true, but...
I was lending my services to pirates. What can I do now?
You want to come along with us?
What? Would it be okay?
We're always looking for more people to strengthen our army. I'll talk to Roy about it.
Thank you.
Oh, that's sweet.
And Fear. So, hey, you know how Rucker's good and how you have to, and you want to use him because he's a swordmaster and everything? And he starts out really good, and he's amazing? Well, you already saw a Fear crit with 3 luck. And the Woldau is an amazing blade. The only downside to both Fear and Rucker is that they're locked to swords. That's their downsides. They're both amazing units. It just depends if you really can slot them into your army. Because as you saw, we're kind of getting tight with what we can actually use.
Yeah.
But does she at least have a vulnerary? Yeah. And the problem is, I don't know where the Nomad is, because we remember that he's coming along too. So I'm going to visit this house real quick.
The nearby villages. Everyone in them are leaving the islands. It's very sad, really. If you want to visit, you better do it quickly. You don't have time to go to both, so you'll have to decide.
I would have never guessed, thank you. He has a halberd?
Will be written.
Okay, I'm gonna park him, like, right here. Switch to an iron sword to save the killing edge. Then drink a pot. Okay, who has a vulnerary on hand? Rebecca. Dorothy, I mean. So, I'm gonna end up giving him. Yeah. There we go. And we'll just set him there. Let's have Marcus up here. Actually, we'll just set Dieck up there. That is very tempting. Okay, and there's a village all the way down here, so I'm going to start sending Marcus. Which I don't want to give them the bush, just in case. Switch to steel sword. He is just in range for that. That's annoying. Then we'll park her, like, right here. No, I don't want her too far out, so we'll park her here instead. And drink a potion. Really? Okay, we're back. This time I decided to keep everyone back because fuck Fog of War. Fear, get up there. Oh, he doesn't even talk to him. Does no one talk to him? Anyone? Oh, so I guess he dies like the dog that he is. Make me fucking recite, you piece of shit. Not here. I come so far. Well, maybe you shouldn't have been such an asshole.
You know, honestly, I would have thought Fear actually might have had a reason to talk to him and say, hey, look, I know what they said, but, they're not bad people. We're being paid by the bad people. I mean, to him, he probably wouldn't care, but, you know.
There was probably someone who could talk to him, but we don't have them fielded at the moment.
True.
Because, you know, there's no warning about any of that. Because fuck you, that's why.
Never is.
Because they had to copy FE1 to a T where you don't know unless you played beforehand and had foresight. In other words, why play the game at all when you can watch someone else do it? On that note, if I haven't said it yet today, play Project Ember. Oh look, a sport between these two. Ellen, the battles will only get tougher from now on.
Yes, but it's just what I want. Alan, I need to tell you something. It's about when we lose. When we lose? Right. If it looks like defeat would be certain, you to take Master Roy and retreat. I will act as a decoy for the enemy and buy time for you. What? But then you would be in danger. Someone has to do it. Then it might as well be me, who has been in Fairhaven the shortest. Don't be ridiculous. Alan, if you're staying, then I will as well. I won't allow you to go off alone and commit suicide.
Okay.
But you're one of a long line of lights serving the fairy family. So you should take Master Roy and flee. How long you served means nothing. Then let me ask you this. Has your loyalty been less than the other knights? Can't say it yourself, then I'll answer for you. You're working just as hard as anybody. You've been as loyal as any of the other knights. I know that best because I've been your partner ever since you came to Fairhaven. We were paired up because I had red armor and you had green. Alan. Don't do anything stupid, Lance. You're a necessary person to both us and to Master Roy.
I miss Kane and Sign.
God, will they just get a fucking room already?
We tried. It takes too many rooms to get in.
Alright, let's see him die. Wow, somehow he lived. Of course, that being said, in Project Ember, you're not going to pull that little flight trick that I did with Rucker up here, because archers there have 3 range. So it's a mixed bag about how hard you want yourself fucked, basically.
True. So I will apologize for my use of the F-bomb there. I don't usually do that. I usually go roughly Sonic levels of swearing. So, yeah.
Trust me, people are watching this map. I think they understand. Okay, who has a javelin? He does. But it's too far a gap to matter. Of course he misses. Okay. If we can kill this guy and move somebody in the way, she should be fine. Of course. What if we do this? That'll do 16 damage if both hit. Still a little too risky. So it's time to march our Dieck this way, with our fear now in tow. We'll send Dorothy with them. And we'll set Rucker up here to see the 2 houses. Whichever one we decide. And I guess we can try to land a hit. Although I'm not feeling comfortable about that. He's on the forest, but we already seen that that doesn't mean crap to this game. try from here. Then have Noah move in. Okay. Noah level up. Not bad. Okay, who's the archer going to go after? Of course. Strength Annie! Oh my fucking gods. Okay, before we press any further, can I land the kill? Yeah, she was having none of that. And we'll use Marcus to swing in there. And I'll send Clarine back up this way, because she does not need to go down there. We'll continue Dorothy, though. We'll position him in between the two houses. Park our Dieck right here. And of course, there was a freaking mage hiding in the fog. Because of course there was.
Yep. So that's fair.
Okay, swing Marcus in.
This area basically belongs to the pirates. They just steal from us all the time. Resistance? That's useless. They can do whatever they want because they have lots of support. We can't fight against them like the resistance force.
Hey, silver sword. Nice. Move Noah into this house.
Okay.
Jeez, there's so much mist here. You think? In these conditions, you have no idea if anyone's lurking around. The torch staff is useful even for those hard-eyed thieves.
Is this one then?
Dieck, please take a hard one on this. You know what? No, I'm going to use fear. Fear, 42% chance. Do it. Of course you don't. You worthless slag.
What's that little island in the middle there?
This? It's a fort. Pirates
Hang
usually
on.
spawn from there. And we'll just leave Rucker there until we decide.
While you're doing this, I'm gonna go help Mom into the bed.
Mm-hmm. Alright. We'll park her here. Alright. We'll put Law in front. Because he has a killer axe. Move her like this, I think. Use a torch staff. Yeah, the pirate moved behind with a poison axe. They're not going to reach this turn, but they have the potential. We've seen this little bastard, but we can't do anything because he's on a freaking fort. Okay. Get out. That victory music has no right playing right now because of the frickin' fog. And just leave Rucker there. Fear can sit right there, it doesn't matter. Then Dieck, let's see, the person guarding is... Fuck you, game. Right. He has a 54% chance to crit. There is no unit on this map that can survive him. Unless... He has a hand axe too, but if we... He just needs one more level. So if we give him that one more level... She has a vulnerary, right? Yep. So we'll go ahead and park her here and use vulnerary. Keep moving these guys up. For all the good it does. Rucker can stay there. Everyone else can stay where they are.
Well, that's lovely.
Really? Okay, I'm comfortable with now upgrading him. Okay, she's going to sit comfortably there.
I think it's better if she does.
Okay, can she rescue? Yep. But he can't? They can't rescue? Are you serious? Thank you! Of course,
She's
it doesn't
doing better
fucking
than I
matter.
thought.
She can have all the strength in the world. If the game decides it doesn't want to let her fucking hit, it won't let her fucking hit.
That's true. She's still doing better than I thought she was, though.
Yeah, she's pretty much going to get all the experience she needs sitting there.
Hmm. She's just like, I'm a chill.
Mm-hmm.
Even though she's using a weapon, I am. For some reason, I'm kind of thinking of her horse just kicking everybody off the little island there.
Might as well be, because that's just as much as it's hitting. Okay. And he's now a hero. Oh, yeah.
That's... yes.
Which now he can use the Dithorando. Which means it's time to give him an axe worthy of his name. He can use Ian axes. Which means he can use... Can he use a steel axe? Yeah, he can use a steel axe. Oh, they have another support. She is going to get so fed.
Yep. Might not matter, but at least she's actually doing something.
She gets fed well enough. She can do whatever she wants.
True. True.
Hey, 2 levels in a row of strength.
Oh my god.
Okay, Dieck. I'm topping off your health right now.
She's doing amazingly. She's
Okay,
gone
move
well
Dieck
beyond my
down.
expectations.
Oh! Oh, Dieck! Oh, yes, Dieck! That is a beautiful, beautiful sight. How much can the Killing Axe do? Killing Edge. Does as good, pretty much. And because I absolutely love the animations for the hero.
So the fog didn't stop you after all. But you gotta be pretty beat up by now. I'll finish you off.
You sure about that?
Who the hell are you? You're no ordinary army.
No, I'm Dieck.
Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.
Oh, it's so nice to have an upgraded Dieck. Lilina? Lilina? Roy? What's the matter? You were looking off into space again. We're in a battle. You could get killed. I'm so sorry. What's wrong? It's just that we come a long way. Long? Not distant-wise. It's just that everything seems to be changing so quickly. Do you remember the time when you came to Ostia to study? Of course. 2 years. Wait, was it 3 years ago? At that time, your father and my father were still well. This year was so peaceful. No one would imagine a war. It all seems as if it were 10 years ago. Lilina. I sound so foolish. But there's no way you can go back there anyway. Okay. I'm just wondering how many times these guys are going to spawn. Because if they're going to keep spawning like this, I'm tempted to put Fear or Rucker here and just let them go to town. Because they could use the experience. But yeah, it's almost that time to choose a house. These two still don't. These two still don't. So they just keep spawning? Alright, Fear. First level up. Strength, can't argue with that. What I will say, though, it's probably a good idea to give her another type of sword. Maybe the other Killing Edge, or maybe the Steel Sword instead. So we'll give her the Steel Sword, because he's going to use the Durandal now. Yeah, she can weather it a little bit. Or not. Fucking hell game! You know the whole point of 22% accuracy is a 1 in 20 chance. Or a 1 in 5. Alright, Rakana, which house should we pick?
Let's say left.
Alright. And we've seen this already, so now we got another killer bow. And although I'm tempted to stay here to give more experience, I do not want to deal with this map anymore. I want out. Well, Liz, it looks like the enemy was trying to ambush us. They must have known we were coming. Something must be going on behind the scenes. Yes, clearing out the bandits might be harder than we had expected. And since Bun started their invasion, something is different with Alibe. I wonder what's going to happen from now. Dragons reappearing, Bun's sudden invasion, the collapse of the Lycian alliance. All these strange things happening at once. Still, we had to take things one at a time, however tedious it may seem. Now, what do we do? How about moving north along the coast? North? Towards the mines? Right. I've heard that the people living on the islands are being forced into labor over there. So we must rescue them first. Yes, and we might be able to find out who's behind all this. Well, we must start elsewhere, somewhere. Elsewhere? This isn't Elder Scrolls, Merlin is. I wish it was! Don't we all? Alright, let's head north. I'll catch you all in the next episode. Have a good one.
See you later.
Fuck that map.